Honestly, every time I'm trying to get you to watch our videos and do like a catchy title, but with this, I really don't know what to say, honestly. This is the BMW X3 M50i, and visually, it hasn't grown on me. We have these very weird looking headlights. They sit up very high as well. There's this big shapes here. The grille is all this flat stuff, and it looks a little bit like the M3, which I don't really like, the horizontal grills. We had this black piece as well. It's not really too nice. If we come to the side, these shapes, they remind me of the iX, which isn't really my favorite BMW, to be honest. Same here as well. I do think, like, if we're going a little bit more towards the back, and yeah, if we see the rear 3/4, it does look quite nice. The taillights, they're really nice. The exhaust pipes, even though it's maybe a little bit overkill for a BMW X3 M50i, it is quite cool. The rear, it's very tall. I would have liked it to be a little bit higher, maybe the boot, because there's so much volume and there's not enough lines. But yeah, I should stop yapping about the exterior and let's just go and drive it. So yeah, the BMW X3 M50i. We've already talked about the exterior, and I think much has been said already about it, but I'm not finished yet with the interior, because oh my god, BMW, what has been going on into the interior? Yeah, it's this really, it's not very nice, to be honest. We have down here, we have this like big bucket, and there's this M logo that just falls off if you just, it feels so cheap. The lighting on it's just very, it doesn't feel very tasteful. It's not very elegant. And then we haven't even started about like everything we have here. We have like some kind of cloth. I know it's recycled materials, and they've been doing it in the Mini as well, but I think they should have just stuck with it at Mini and left it at Mini, because honestly, in a BMW, it's a really premium product, and yeah, this is not premium. And everywhere it's just, yeah, also the buttons for the ventilation here, they're touch, and there's no feedback on them. For the hazard lights, also there's no feedback on them as well. I mean, I'm not trying to be like this really grumpy old man, but here as well, the lighting is very weird. And then we have these really cheap plastics where you control the seat and the locking mechanism. And yeah, it's the ventilation as well. And to be honest, like I have no clue what's going on in this interior. We do have this nice steering wheel, which I quite like. But then, if you thought that, okay, exterior isn't what it should be, personally, the interior quality and look isn't as nice, so the infotainment must be nice then. And again, it's you control a lot of things on this very plasticky thing that really shows off your fingerprints, so it gets mushy everywhere. And it's not really very handy, because if you want to go into like the driving assist, you have to push one button. You have here and all these kinds of different things. It's so complicated, and especially as well because you used to have your nice buttons down below here for your sport, eco, and normal driving. And right now it's my modes, and then you have to go like personal, sport, and efficient. And then you have to touch that, and if you want to turn off the traction control, which, to be honest, in a car like this, maybe it's not something you really are looking for. But if you want to do it, you have to go to sport, and then you have to change it. It's all such a big hassle, and it's not intuitive. I really don't know what BMW has been thinking lately with this, especially with this car, because none of it makes sense to me. I mean, yes, the steering wheel is nice. The buttons on the steering wheel, they do work very well. They've gone a little bit more minimalistic than what they used to. So it does get a little bit, you do have to get a little bit used to everything that's on there. But honestly, that works fine, and they're all like regular buttons. They're not this touchy crap, and yeah, it's really nice. But with the M50i, what we have? We have a 6-cylinder, 390 horsepower. And honestly, it's such a great engine. The B58, yeah, it's such a cool engine. I mean, this is really the big selling point of this car. It's this engine, because it's plenty powerful, it's super nice to drive, and it's also very fuel efficient, because we've been driving a lot this week, and we've been doing 8 on average, which is really cool. And you get like a maximum range of over 900 kilometers on a petrol car. That's really cool. I think the B58 is probably one of the best 6-cylinders that BMW has made in a long time. And then if we pull the left pedal, we have this boost function, and for 10 seconds, and it's fast. It's more than fast enough, really. They will go on to have like an X3 M, and it'll be even faster, but it'll be also more riskier for your driving license. And the thing is with the X3 is it drives really well, to be honest. Like, I've been complaining a lot about the car in the first half of the video, but this is really where the engineers on the chassis and on the powertrain at BMW, they still know what they're doing. And they must be thinking at the rest of the car and be like, the F they doing over there. Yeah, the car, it drives really great. The engine is really great. The thing that isn't as great is if you turn on the iconic, what they call the iconic sounds. That's not very good, because 2 times this week I've had it that the engine makes sound and you can hear the sound because I've turned off the iconic sound now. And then the iconic sound comes after it. So you're like, and then you're like again, but you've already started braking, which is really weird. So I think it's best to keep the iconic sound off. But yeah, honestly, super fast. It does bounce around a little bit. It's a heavy car, but you can turn it in. It does tend to oversteer as well if you turn off the traction control. But so it's a really lively car, and it grips very well. It drives super nice. It is, yeah, for a big SUV, it does drive nice. If you're taking like an M340i or whatever, it'll probably be even better. But in sport, the throttle response is very sharp, very aggressive. You have to like as well, but I think in this it's quite fun. And even just like on a back road here, it's comfortable, but it feels sporty. And that's a cool thing as well. So we're not having to sacrifice comfort over the sporty driving that we're doing. And these seats, honestly, these seats are also really nice. They have this Alcantara bit on the top, which keeps the top part of us a little bit in check. It's really nice. I really like the seats. I really like the steering wheel. I really like the engine. I like the way it drives. And there's so much grip in this car. I think, it's for me it's such a twisted car, because on the one hand, I really dislike everything that they've done on the exterior and the interior, but when you shut all of that off and you're just focusing outside of the car, the electronics to help you drive on the motor, they work relatively well as well. There's like an attention assistant, which is a little bit it just nerving, because it's also like constantly it's a bit stupid. But if you're just, and then you're putting on a back road, trying to get home quickly, and it's really cool. No, in all honesty, the way it just drives, I mean, it's for an SUV, you do feel the body roll, and you do feel the mass a little bit, but everything else, the steering is quite good, quite sharp. The tires are really nice, these Goodyear tires, and then you just pull it into corner. and it does rotate, which is I think the calibration of
actieradius klein.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, BMW, my fuel tank is almost empty. I need to go refuel. But yeah, the way the calibration is for the four-wheel drive system, it's super nice. It's really, really cool. They've done a really well job in making this an agile, fun driving car. And I know looks are subjective, so personally, if you don't agree with what I'm saying about the X3, yes, I know. So, see, this is what I mean with like the car, the electronics being a little bit like babying you, and it's always like, yeah, you have to look at the road. Maybe let's turn it back into efficient, and then that will shut her up. But looks-wise, I know it's subjective, and some people might like the interior as well. Personally, I think...
Actieradius klein. Tankstations weergeven.
So as I was saying, looks are subjective, I know, and if you really like this, then I think, yeah, just go ahead for it. Price, it starts at 85, which is, to be honest, a lot of money. And I think it's also, there's so many electronics that are mandated right now because of the European Union, and yeah, car manufacturers, they don't have a lot that they are able to do, and they have to invest so much money into all of these needless safety stuff, which a lot of people, they just don't like. And with that, trying to keep the price within a reasonable range, they'll skimp out on some certain parts, where like this dashboard here, and I think it's a shame, but I do understand where they're coming from, because if you want to do all of this in leather, that would cost you a lot. But then again, like the selfie camera here, you could drop and maybe invest a little more into even a sense of like a fake leather dashboard. It would look a million times better. And yeah, it's just right now, I think engineering wise, BMW is still killing it, and it's been such a great car to us for the last week. However, design wise, I do hope with the new wind that has come in that it'll change a little bit, because this isn't the way I remember the peak BMW with the great interiors, the E92, F-Series, everything. They were such nice interiors, and I think here it's a little bit all falling apart. But honestly, as I said, it's personal opinion. Please, let's have a discussion about the looks of it in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Yeah, bye.